Hey there. So I wanted to do this video because I know there's a lot of us out there that want to have a course or maybe want to practice building a course, or maybe it's a freebie course that you want to offer or beta test or whatever the reason is, but you don't want to spend a lot of money up front. And there's a million of them out there. There's Teachable, Thinkific, Kajabi, Member Vault, all these tools. And while a lot of them are free, they also tag on certain things with when it comes to billing that they charge a percentage. You're on the free plan, but they still charge like 5%. And if you, even if you're on a paid plan, if you're not in the right paid plan, they charge a percent. And it can be a lot of money up front for something that you're not quite sure if it's going to be a long-term offer, if you are, just want to try out having a course rather than investing a lot of time and a lot of money up front and not ever seeing a return. So I have used this software a while back for a client where we were setting up um, a specific tool for his clients to use. And I have my course, the Ultimate Virtual Assistant Toolkit, and I had been delivering it in a Google Doc and Google Drive format where it forced them to make a copy. But what I realized is after I had someone scam me basically and get access to everything, that I was making it super easy for someone to steal my information and not pay me for it. So there's your reminder. Make sure that if you're using a PayPal button that you have e-checks turned off. I did not even know that e-check was an option and did not know that it was something that I should have turned off. So here's your friendly reminder from me. Go in your PayPal buttons and make sure that you have e-check turned off as your payment, type of payment you accept. He'll thank me later. But anyway, besides that, I realized that I was making it really easy for someone to just steal my content if they decided not to pay me for it, or make it really easy for someone to share my content with other people without me receiving the revenue for that. So I set out and I was like, I'm going to make an account and I'm going to put it into a course platform. And then I looked around and was like, okay, I'm going to go with Teachable. Teachable was $40 a month. The platform is very easy to use. And I started to build it. And I said, you know what? I'm going to invoice through my sales page. And then I'm going to use Zapier to automate the creation of the account because I created this once and I don't want to have to mess with it again. Well, I realized that I could not access the Zap actions that I needed unless I upgraded to the Pro plan, which was a significant amount more than I wanted to spend. So after all the things considered, I started looking at the other platforms and realized that Kajabi, um, I could replace lead pages with Kajabi. It has the email marketing built in and didn't charge me the fees for accepting payment. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to spend the $140 a month. And that still kind of felt not good because I believe that my toolkit is worth the money, and I believe that people will benefit from purchasing it. But I also don't want to spend a lot of money on a software. And I remembered Knack. Now, it is not as user friendly as a drag and drop builder, but it's also not difficult to use. So for the actual cost, okay, sorry, had to pause. So Knack, you can have up to 3 apps, and it's $40 a month. And Zapier triggers can be used, and it doesn't matter which subscription you're in. So the starter plan, you have 3 free apps, up to 20,000 records available, and I'll get into a little bit more about what records are. But essentially, you can build 3 different courses in here if you wanted to, and it would cost you $40 a month. And you can hook that up to whatever your payment processor is. And it does take a little more work, like I said, but it's not hard. So I'm going to walk you through how I set up my course inside Knack to give you just a little bit of an idea of how things work, how you can put things together, and how you can get around spending a lot of money upfront if you have a course that you want to offer, but you don't have a lot of money to invest in a program right now or in a platform right now. So this is the Knack interface. You have apps, account, user, and billing. And these are your apps. And when you want to add an app, you just click add an app. And then records. So records are basically any forms that are filled out. Each one counts as a record. So if you are using like a question and answer, like a homework kind of section in your course, I might suggest using something else that can be embedded, like a type form or a Google form. That way you don't count towards your records if you only have 3. Now, if you don't think you'll use 20,000 records, then you should be okay. But if you have a lot of questions that are going to be answered and you're expecting a lot of people to purchase, then I would go ahead and use another type of form to collect your answers. So I'm going to go ahead and click in here. Well, maybe you got to click filter. These are my pages. So we have a login page, home, and I'm going to show you what it looks like live. So this is what it looks like. And then when you log in, this is what it looks like. So you can set this up however you want. So this home is just this landing page once you sign in. So that's what this page is. And then your services and offer is where I want them to start. So it's the first tab. Now you could change this to lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, lesson 4, lesson 5, so on. But if I just hover over here, it's going to bring down these drop down pages, which are these other pages here. So if I look here, all I have is a rich text field with an image and links to my Facebook group and my Instagram. And that's just what's on the home page here. And then if let me move this, go back here. This is a drop down menu. So to add a page, all you do is click add, and then you can add a drop down menu and you can select which pages you want. So what I did was I went in and I created all my blank pages first. So all of these, pricing your services, VA calculator, packaging your offer, finding clients, researching clients, scheduling lead outreach, these are all pages. Okay, so all these little pages here, if you see the icon, are pages. So I went in and I created those first. And then I went in and categorized them as my tab. So your services and pricing your services and offer, pricing and all that is there. Finding your clients, researching your clients, and all that is there. Your sales call, working with clients, creating content, bonuses that are included, and extra resources. So those are all pages. So you create your pages, and then you come up and you click add a page and you click new drop down. You name it, whatever you want your header to be up here, and then you can select your pages. So that's really it. So inside my pages, I have a menu so that when someone clicks this pricing your services, that I can embed my checklist that I want them to download right here as a menu item. So to do that, all you do is click add, like where it says add, you go to more and click menu. And then I have a rich text field, which has my lesson content. And then this is where things get a little bit confusing, but it's really not bad. Data is what you're collecting. So these are, if you imagine building a form, this is what you're going to do. So you can name your objects whatever you want. All you do is click an object and you name it. Okay. So this is what services do you offer? And this is just so it's easy for me to determine which page it's going to. So what services do you offer? I want it to be a large text field for them to answer. Date added is, it's a pre-filled text field, a date field. That way, if someone has a question or I want to go back in and look at their answers, I can see when they were active in here and when this was added. And then it's connecting to each person's account. Now, if you don't have any of these fields, that's completely fine. You could just have the pages with the content in it and not have to collect anything, and you don't need to do any of this. But what you need to do is add connections if you want to ask questions. So you add connections and you connect that to each individual account. So you can see here that this connection field, each "what services do you offer" object connects to one account, and each account connects with many services. So that means basically that one account is connecting to the answers, but one account can have many answers. So if somebody goes back through and decides to add a service that they offer, they can complete this form as many times as they want, but it's only attached, those answers are only attached to one person. That way, multiple people can't see other people's answers, right? So I just went through and I created all my objects as a form, and I connected them all to the accounts the same exact way. And what this does is if I scroll down, I can add my services here. And when I add this, this counts as a record. So we're tying it all back together. And this is what we only get 20,000 of. Okay. So, and that's all the same on all of these. And you can even build more things. Like I built out a little lead tracker so that they could use, they could track their leads while they're first kind of learning what they're doing. And sales page prep tracker, so you can kind of check off what you're doing. You can build a lot of really cool things, and it's pretty easy. Once you get the hang of it, it's not hard. So, that's it, really. Knack is a great tool, especially if you have something that you want to offer, that you want to have it look professional and have an actual login and have somewhere to go, but not have to spend a lot of money. And I set this all up in, you know, less than a day. So you can offer your course and spend a lot less money than what you think you have to, especially if you're just starting out. So if you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out. If you'd like me to put together a course for this on, like if you're thinking about offering courses and you just don't want to spend a lot of money up front, if you're interested in learning how to do this, I'd be happy to throw together a course and put it in here so that you can learn how to build your own course platform and only have to pay $40 a month for up to 3. So let me know if you have any questions. Comment below with anything that you're thinking of, or if you think this is a cool tool and you'd love to learn more, just let me know. So thanks so much.